Okay, so I am, telling everyone a little bit about the how we came up with iTOVi. Okay, so I represent innovation and technology, as you see in like iPhone or those eyes represent that. Two represents the English word two. Okay, just regular two, and then VI is the Latin root word meaning to live. Okay. So we leverage technology and innovate to live a healthier life and have healthier choices, right? We're all about having something in our back pockets that assist us to become the better version of ourselves, right? And then what we do with that matters most, right? You can go to school all day long, but if you don't take action, then it doesn't matter. Okay. So you hear knowledge is power. That's not true. Knowledge is power if applied. Okay. If you apply that knowledge. All right. So jumping in here, that's kind of how we came up with the word or iTOVi, innovation technology to live a healthier life. Today, I'm going to share a slideshow with you guys, and we're going to have fun. It's going to be a little bit like last time, where it's not a boring, just tons of slideshows, even though we do have slideshows this time. Last time we really didn't, but we do have some this time, and it won't be boring. We're going to have fun. We're going to do giveaways, and let me go over, let me share my screen real quick. And then I want Michelle or Jonna, let me know if I'm running into anything through a text, okay? I'm on Do Not Disturb, and then I'll just hit slideshow here. Okay, Michelle, can you see this? Everything look good? Michelle, are you gonna text me? Um, or no, I can't. I can't even hear you, Sai. Okay, she says yes. All right. And then I'm gonna try one more thing too. I'm gonna try the the presenter style because I do have some notes here. Come back. Oh, there we go. Okay, Michelle, tell me if you can like see all my notes. I tried to practice this with my wife and it was being weird. So, okay, and maybe you guys can just message me here too. Um, let's see. What this guy's doing. All right, well, we'll just get started. I don't need interview. Try it one more time. I don't know why it didn't work the first time. Okay, so Michelle, can you see like my notes, my speaker notes? And if you can, that's weird, but that's fine. I'll just take them away. Yes, you see them. Oh, that's funny. Um, hey, oh, that one actually is not mine. That one says smile. Um, okay, well, that's all right. We'll go back and I'll just hit play. Okay, so today we're talking about the hidden patterns of you. All right, so we're learning to hear what your body has been saying all along. And I do have some notes, and I might check them out on my phone. I might go through slides and stuff. So just bear with me a little bit because I think this merits to glance at these once in a while. So yeah. So I found out that, as I was preparing this, one of the benefits of having 11 years in business is we're able to glean off of the experts, which are you. A lot of you have been doing this for a long time. You're building your business or you're using tools or technology to make better decisions, right? Make better wellness decisions. And some of you are inundated. What I hear a lot is that you're inundated with lots of information. And that is hard when you first start out in your business, as you know. So as you're getting on and you're working your business, you're getting on new people, that is the number one thing that they have to overcome is being fire hosed with content, especially now with ChatGPT. websites, Google, the sponsor that brought them in, the product company, and then learning all the products. There's just so much. With all that, then you juggle those with families, you juggle those with kids, right? Work, social media, Netflix. You got so many things to try to like maneuver your way through all the noise to try to listen to what you actually care about, right? For me, I care about the spiritual stuff, I care about my family, I care about my health. And so those things, how do I find time through all the noise to listen to my body, to listen to the spirit, right? To spend time with my family. To me, that matters a lot. Today, we're going to focus on, of course, our bodies, right? And listening to. I also am going to take you through making sure you know this chat is open. I'm going to take you through some promotions, some pricing, and definitely if you have any type of insight, share it with us because the more you're engaged, the more likely you're going to win, my friend, from the Netherlands or from Austria, from Japan. Like, message us, okay? We want to hear from you. Um, Boise, Idaho. So be engaged if you can. You're going to get extra X's, and those little extra X's are going to give you a better chance to win. So we just like to learn and get a little insight from you. And then we're going to go through the app. I want to make sure everybody understands from a pragmatic view what it entails. And then also, I just want to touch on where to find some additional resources. For some of you, it's like, how do you learn? What are you doing? There are Facebook groups in your native language. And if you can't find them, message us at support@itovi.com. So type in iTOVi Espanol, iTOVi French, and you're going to get some help in there. We're doing better and better. As you know, we're becoming more and more supportive. That's what's coming. It says right there on that bullet point 3. So we're going to get more support, more features, more partnerships. In addition to the Facebook groups, we have these webinars, which we're doing every couple of weeks. We have our website, and there's a drop down that says resources. You should see your website in your native language as well. And then we have a ton of videos on YouTube. We're currently scraping those. Some of those are old, but definitely filter through those, and you can find YouTube videos in your native language. And now, last webinar we did, we've already translated several languages and we've put them, I think, on YouTube. Correct me if I'm wrong, Jonna. And if not, we put them in the Facebook groups. But we're translating every webinar, and then after 3 to 6 months, we'll just start, deleting them because they won't be relevant. But we'll take bits and pieces that are gold, right, for training purposes. And then we're going to have a quick Q&A at the end here. So I'm going to kind of go through this somewhat fast at the beginning. And again, if you have questions, put them in the channel because our employees are standing by and they're taking note on all of those. All right, so I want to do a quick little poll here, and I'm going to do maybe a couple. So let's do this. All right, so listening to our bodies. So let's launch this poll, and then I want you guys to think, right? Think about this question. How often do you feel like your body is trying to tell you something, right? And often I find myself, maybe going to the gym, playing pickleball, coming home, taking an energy drink after 4 p.m. And then I'm wondering, why do I feel so tired? Or what happened today? I already forgot what I did today and my, something hurts or whatever. And along the busy route that I worked out, went to pickleball, drove my kids somewhere, came and did some Zooms, back and forth. I'm not stopping and actually paying attention to what my body is telling me. I know that happens to me sometimes, sometimes daily, right? Okay, I'm going to end this poll. I'm going to add another poll here. Let's share these results with you guys. It's pretty interesting. So you guys can see most people are listening or feel like their body is trying to tell them something every day. Great job. 100% of you have answered this, I believe. That's awesome. Okay, let's do another poll here. All right, I want to do your experience with iTOVi. Actually, no, let's don't do that one because we've already done that one on the. Let's do this one. All right. Okay. Let me know. Do you guys see that one, the struggle one? Being a little janky. Maybe I'll close out of it. Okay, this one is basically how are you struggling in what areas? Come on, show me the launch button, my friend. Launch. It wouldn't end that other one. Okay, so which do you struggle with most? Energy, stress, sleep, or focus? This one you might actually have to think about. Okay, think about it for a minute. Um, Yeah, I actually, if we should have all taken bets before we did this one because I was going to bet that it'd either be focus or energy in today's world. But I have an insight for you that I think might be interesting. Focus. Man, like I said, Netflix, social media, work, families, kids. Now with the gig economy and Fable, I am having so much fun and working more than I ever have. And I think, gosh, that's not always good. All right, I'm going to end this poll. I'm going to show the results real quick. And I thought this is interesting, right? Focus and energy, stress and sleep. Now, if we really paid attention, I would bet that the majority of us actually struggle most with sleep, and that trickles down to focus and energy. That's just my opinion. I don't know if you guys would agree with me on that, but there are studies that show sleep, getting that deep sleep is definitely not a prolific. I can't remember the stat, so I just won't say it, but it's definitely something we all need to work on, and it trickles down into so many areas of our lives. All right, so that one is done. So we'll come back to these polls in a minute. Thank you for doing that. Um, all right, so before anyone taught you, your body already knew, right? It knew how to breathe, it knew how to heal, it knew how to grow, it knew how to communicate, and that has happened continuously throughout your life. You're not always understanding what's going on with your body, right? Most of us are saying that. And tonight isn't about fixing you, but it's about listening to our bodies, right? Like I said at the beginning. The signals we've forgotten. Awareness always comes before change. Have you ever met someone that has changed their lives before being aware? So, how do we expect to really change our health and wellness to change the path that we're going down unless we're super aware? And if we're not having check ins like my dad, who I just found out, who hasn't had a doctor's visit in 13 years, not a single, like, hey, blood work or, nothing. If you don't have that, you don't know where you're at. It's like playing a basketball game and not knowing what score you're at. And so it's like, I don't know who's winning. What do I do? It really helps to know the games of or the rules of the game and the score and have the belief, right? There's this book called, I think, um, The Game of Life by Jack something. And it talks about those three things, right? You have to play the game of life, to play any game, if you think about it, you have to know those three things. You have to first know the rules, or you can't really play the game. It's no fun. You have to understand where you're at any given time during the game. Okay, if you think about any board game, sport, anything like that, you have to know kind of where you're at to gauge, right? And then you have to have a belief that you can win. Otherwise, it's not super fun. Have you ever played a game where you just know you're getting crushed and it's like, yeah, yeah, it's all right. Yeah, I didn't love it. So that is not always fun, and you often won't give it your all. So you have to have a belief, right? And so getting those three things in is really, really important. So how much of us are actually hearing all of this? So a couple stats and facts real quick. 50 bits per second is what we are understanding with our conscious mind, you guys. However, there are millions bits per second while we're asleep or in our subconscious nervous system. Okay, not just while we're asleep. Millions versus 50. I think that's a pretty big gap, which tells us the whole, you guys have seen the iceberg analogy in many situations. However, with us, it varies very relevant with our bodies. Most of what happens in your body never reaches awareness. So energy, stress, recovery, sleep, what you feel is the tip. The patterns are all living underneath us. Okay. What we're feeling, what we're experiencing is the very, very tip of the iceberg. But what's actually going on, and that's why sometimes we just don't know what's happening and we're confused because we don't see it all. So it's really hard to focus. Imagine, and maybe one or two of you on here have been on a ship and looked for a lighthouse. Okay, patterns always whisper before problems speak. I love that quote. I don't know who said it, but patterns always whisper before problems speak. And it's interesting. If you think about a lighthouse, it made me think of that. How much do you have to focus on finding that light so that you can know where to go? If you're kind of distracted, not paying attention, and even if you do see it and then get distracted, you're going to lose it, right? And so, although it's not about our eyes, it's about our ears and our just softness, our meditation, and understanding where we're at and using tools to help us gauge where we're at in this game of life, right? Whether it's getting on a scale, using an iTOVi scanner, a face scan, blood work, DNA, there are these amazing non-invasive tools that deliver powerful, powerful results and reports that help guide us toward, do I need to go see a doctor? This is pointing this way. It's not a diagnostic tool, but there are these indications that you personally might say, yeah, because of X, Y, and Z, I do need to go speak to my friend maybe more about this and maybe even a doctor. So that's the whole goal, right? Everybody, type one word right now. What's one whisper your body has been giving you lately in the chat? So I want to hear that, tired, foggy, wired. So let me read just a couple of these to you guys too. And I'd love to hear that. Yeah, fatigue, headaches, tense, exhaustion, relax. Let's see, what else? Foggy, restless, overwhelmed. Oh my gosh, I personally am saying yes to all of these as well. Why can't we all just, it's like everything I'm saying to you, I'm like actually looking in a mirror. So don't take any of this as a lecture, but it's important for us to understand really, really, really closely, like where is that light? How do we find the lighthouse and how do we keep focus so that we don't waver and we're, somewhere else? Otherwise, we will be tired and anxious and stressed, right? So thank you for sharing some of those things. Some of them, might be a little vulnerable for you to share. So I appreciate that. Um, this, we all know also that friend that's like taking 17 supplements over the counter, maybe getting 3 hours of sleep at night, two energy drinks before noon, and they say, I wonder why I'm tired. I don't know. And they're just complaining all the time. You're like, bro, what are you talking about? Like, go look in the mirror and go do this like evaluation. Like, ask yourself these few questions. However, I can't say that because I have been, I have been there. I have actually been in this situation and been like, wait, oh yeah, I didn't sleep last night because of this or that. one of the things I admire about, I think it's Sweden. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but the country of Sweden, we were just there a few weeks ago, or maybe a month ago, and they have this, and maybe it's Finland, but they have this worry book that they have, like it's a kind of this culture thing that they have next to their kids' beds. And at night, they train their kids to write down all their worries in it, and then they shut the book and set it aside and say, look, we'll worry about that tomorrow. It's closed. You're not going to touch it. You're not going to look at it. And so I thought that was pretty interesting. And I did that with my dad. My stepmom passed away um, 2 months, 2 weeks ago, not 2 months, 2 weeks ago. And it was the first thing I told my dad because it was fresh on my mind. He started worrying so much about it wasn't right away, it wasn't the same day by any means, but it was fairly close about big things, little things, important things, but none of it really mattered right then. So I said, Dad, listen, we're going to write down all this, we're going to organize it, we're going to put it in a book, we're going to close it, and then on Friday, we're going to worry about this stuff on Friday. And that's helped him immensely. I admire that about that country. Now, the problem too we have, right, is everyone has like their own best advice. However, nobody has walked in your guys' path. No one's walked in your shoes, has your background, and our DNA is so unique. Our blood work at this time is so different that only you know what is best for your body. And that's why it's so important to listen. So you get the people that are like, no to this or yes to this. It's like I laugh at some of these things, right? I've met people on both spectrums. Cold plunges are the absolute best thing in the world. I've met some people that are like, don't do them. And you're like, okay. Same with keto, intermittent fasting, grounding. I've actually, people are like against grounding. It's weird. So there are some yes and no's to things, right? And then you have kind of the regular, hey, this is best, this is what happened. And this is great, by the way. Sharing your favorite oil or not your favorites or what results you had, or Jane, I think there's one, yeah, Jane's favorite supplement was this, might be your best friend, and you're sharing her testimony. All of it's good. All of it's good right here. However, the problem is the person listening to all of this and listening to all of this, as again, as well as having, if you're sharing this, having everything at our disposals now with AI, with Google, with our company, like there's just so much. So I like to take the pull approach where you're actually just pulling them toward the products because you know better than anybody. Um, we'll do a giveaway here in a second. You know better than anybody that the products will help them, but how do you get that through to them? How do you get the products and oils in their lives as a habitual thing that is changing their lives, right? You have this testimonial. You want to do it for yourself and your family. You just need to pull them toward your products, not push them on them, is my opinion. We'll get to that, right? Let them decide. All right, we're going to give away 2 free months of iTOVi Face Scan. So anyone that answers poll number one is automatically going to get answered. But I'm going to add or get drawn into the thing. I'm mumbling now. I'm going to add a poll, one more poll that will give you also some additional. Okay, so we're going to do this one. All right, here's a easy poll for you guys. 2 questions. Yeah, I figured most of you, if not all, will say yes. Sometimes there's individuals that are like, I know exactly how I always feel, and they're really good at it. My mom's pretty good at that. So it's interesting to see these results here. Okay, as we're doing this, John and Michelle, I'm sure you got a list for me. I am going to scroll over here, grab this list. All right. And then I'm going to double these individuals real quick. Okay. A lot of interaction from these guys. Awesome. Okay. All right. So you guys can see this live. Kind of fun. But the winner of 2 free months for face scan, let's close that, is dum, ba-da-dum, bum, ba-da-da-dum, bum. Oh, Kelly. You know what, Kelly? You can't have that. You're too we're too integrated already. Um, all right, let's remove her, and Kelly, you will get that. Let's do one more though. I want to give one more away because I'm just feeling enthusiastic about this. All right, Maria, I think it's gonna be. Good job. Okay, so Maria, one thing we have not done, and Kelly, one thing we have not done in the past is you need to put your email in either in the chat right now or email it right to support@itovi.com, the same email you use with iTOVi. If you don't have an iTOVi scanner or a face scan, that's fine. Just give us your email. We'll make it happen. So awesome. Okay, let's end this poll and keep going here. We're doing good. All right. Let's share those results. There's a few of you that were like, no, what are you talking about, Si? I know exactly what I'm feeling all the time. So that's awesome. Good for you. Okay. All right. Let's go into chapter 2, patterns repeat. So we're going to kind of fly through this real quick. The single person. I don't know why I said single. Maybe that's in my mind because my dad made me feel so sad for him looking at that. Okay, another supplement, then another, more coffee, better vitamins, better routines. She's always trying to fix herself. This individual, you're probably looking in the mirror, and a lot of us feel this way. Instead of understanding what was draining you, not how to fix it all the time, but how do you fix the actual symptoms? So you cannot change a pattern until you can see one, correct? Strongest in your body, guess what? Is the heart. So the heart's electromagnetic field is actually superior, 10 times stronger than any other electric, like your brain, for example, far stronger, and measurable from outside your body, which is interesting. Another fact about patterns is 50 to 1,000 times we have these thoughts in our head per day. 50 to 1,000 thoughts every day in our head, and most of them are reruns. So we're kind of having the same similar thought over and over and over again. So if it's a negative one, you got to change your paradigm, shift into positivity here. But that's how important our thoughts are, right? And thoughts equal attitude. Our thoughts equal our attitude. It changes us, right? A while ago, I was having a horrible day, and it had nothing to do with like when I left work or when I left home, but I had a bad day. I came home, and on the way home, I actually started thinking of other bad things, which was a fight I got in with my wife. I think it was like a week previously or something like that, because I was like, oh my gosh, that stuff bugs me, or whatever it was. I can't even recall. But I had these thoughts and it had nothing to do with it. I left her just fine in the morning. When I came back, what do you think my attitude was when I walked in the door? Right? She's all happy and kind, and she looks at me and I'm all like just mad at her. And she's like, what are you doing? And what did I do? And I was subconsciously kind of bugged at her from a fight like a week ago. So our thoughts equal our attitude equal behavior. That becomes like our behavior, and then equals results, right? You think she gave me a kiss that night? I don't think so. So you got like the results there, right? And a lot of these are reruns. You have to notice these patterns, these thoughts also. Okay, it's not just listening to pains and aches and stress, and these thoughts really, really matter, and they actually will help fix a lot of our internal wellness and our external wellness, okay, and our mentality. Genes matter also, you guys. If you ever think of twins, if you ever think of identical twins, I have seen identical twins in my life where one has been completely overweight and one has been really absolutely not overweight. And their genes are very similar, right? Their DNA is very similar, but it's all about our habits and what we're doing, right? Genes load the pattern, tendencies, sensitivities, and predispositions, but the researchers estimate lifestyle drives a massive share of long-term wellness. I heard this the other day that um, I heard this the other day and I loved it. It's not about like how long we live, right? It's about how well we live. Even if you live 10 years longer or less than the average person, if you're healthy and feel good, that's what really matters. All right, I'm going to skip through some of these things and go into the translator chapter 3. So we have these products. Now it's like, how do we translate, how do we translate how we're feeling and what we're hearing over into other, more compelling and in your face, tangible things? Well, one way to do that, obviously, is to listen to our intuition. We're not trying to replace that. That is actually stronger than everything that you are even seeing here, I assume. But we want to bolster up your ability to listen, right? Bolster up your ability to go down a certain path using awesome technology. Now, the iTOVi scanner listens more in the moment. So diet, stress, sleep, how are you feeling now? It's a real-time conversation that you're kind of having. What we do is we measure all of the oils and supplements, send those to your body, and you are responding to the product's frequencies. Okay. Each one is sending to your body hundreds of times. The face scan is not how are you responding to frequencies, especially from your product companies. It's how are you responding to life? How are you functioning? What are your patterns over time? So it observes your rhythm. It's more important to pay attention to the face scan patterns every week that you're scanning, hopefully, than nearly anything here, right? The DNA is available in the US, but that is based off of your actual DNA, and it gives you a baseline on where to go, right? Your micronutrients, macronutrients, systemic inflammation, but together they become your wellness mirror, okay? Your wellness mirror. So I want to do a quick thing here. Fly through some of this. A lot of you guys know if you're not seeing this face scan, then you need to update your app. Move this out of the way. All right, so basically, let's go through the face scan just so you're kind of aware. If you want to send a remote scan to somebody, you're going to click that remote scan and then you're going to choose how many people have that. For this webinar and for anybody watching this pre-recorded webinar, you can use this link I'll share with you. But that's the steps you take. You put face scan, hit remote scan, choose how many people can use this link. Okay, it's one link. So if you send it to 50 people, it will be the first 50 people that use this free face scan that I'm giving you. Okay. Now you can choose an expiration and say this expires August 1st, which by the way, it does. Okay. I'm giving it to you right now also. And you could make it recurring. So I could say these 50 scans are reloaded every single month. Do you see the available 300 scans here? That's because it's a new month, okay? And I have not given away these remote scans yet, okay? Nobody's used a remote scan. Now, personally, I can do as many unlimited scans as I'd like, but remote scans, you guys can use this code, this link code, or if you take a picture of this QR code, it elicits you to do the scan right now. But feel free to take a picture of this and then just use the link code, you guys, 14WZXO, and that will give you a free remote scan that you can do on your own cell phone. The power behind that is you don't have to be in person. You can always go track your remote scan links. You can click on it, like as you see here with the arrow, and then scroll down after you click it, to see the history. So I've just kind of, I don't want to impose on anybody's privacy here, but you can see the history of that remote scan. So anybody that does a remote scan that you've sent them, you will always have their report in your phone and they will always have it in their phone, okay, for you to talk to them. And obviously what that does is it recommends products and supplements and oils. It also gives a lot of insights into these patterns that we want to pay attention to. So how is the heart rate, cardiac workload, stress index, our wellness overview, our parasympathetic activity? What do these look like? Not today, not super important today, but what do they look like over time, okay, over weeks? If you don't know, there is, you can click each one of these and see the number. So 17, is that in a normal range or not? And you can see what that means. So each one of those cards you can click on and see kind of what you're based up against here. Also, there are trends. So if you go back to your scanner scans and your face scans, you can see I swiped over here and I'm looking at my face scans. I can actually click that little right, this little menu button on the top right next to trending. And instead of looking at my parasympathetic activity over all time, I can actually choose any one of these metrics and change that trending graph to look at my heart rate, my stress index. This is where it becomes valuable about paying attention to kind of where we're at, right, in this game of life. Also, we are adding a pre-scan survey. My employees are like, what are you showing them that for? I don't know, guys. Get mad at me later, okay? But I am. So what's on your mind today? You can choose to add 2 more categories that will help weight the report. Okay, it's not going to only suggest products and supplements based off of those 2 categories, but it helps weight what is recommended. There's also a skip this section entirely. I think it's important to have this personally because, like I said, we know our bodies more than anybody. It merits, I think, an opportunity for an individual to say, yeah, I want to give extra focus to my energy levels or my mood and meditation. It's been a little off lately. And said all 4 of my daughters. I'm just kidding. Yeah, you guys get it. Teenagers. So yeah, this will help build that report a little bit more in a personalized way. That's coming. Now let's actually go through the live demo I want to show you. But before that, let's do a quick free referral. So there is a referral program, whether you have an iTOVi face scan or an iTOVi scanner, there's a referral program. So I want to hurry and quickly give away a free referral. So let's see here. Let's make sure I have all of these. Actually, just let me look. Marine. Yeah, I don't think, yeah, okay. This person was added. All right. Okay, so this one we're gonna do a free referral, and then I got a little poll for you, one more poll, I think. Oh, I just added. All right, Betty. Okay, Betty, you know the drill. We need your email. All right, we're gonna do a quick poll real quick, and this will be about. Oh, that ended. Get it? That ended. Come on. Okay, this is about iYuga. So just a quick question for you. Have you ever clicked on the iYuga reports? The iYuga wheel, we call it, and in your report. It's like, I don't know what you're talking about, Sai. And I expected a lot of you to actually say that. No idea what you're talking about. And or a no, right? And it's because it's by design. We have actually not spoken about it too often. So that's why it's kind of on us. But it's super fun every time we do. So I want to give you guys, let me show the results with you real quick. So some of you, yes, many of you know, which is great. So it'll give me an opportunity to add some clarity into a whole nother report that you guys can consume in a different way, which is a little bit different. So at the bottom of each report, you've probably noticed this little color wheel, and it's right down here, the arrow, and you're like, what is that? It says beta. That actually will open up your report and it'll look like this on the far right, the view will page. So it gives you a different way to look at the wheel and then add to it, which is pretty unique. With our current wheel, you get it, right? And it shows you your emotional wheel and your body systems wheel, which is great. You can actually take those, put it in this overall iTOVi wheel and add to it. The neat thing is you can share this with other people and they can clone it. That's my favorite part about it. And it gives you an opportunity to add kind of some personality, who you are, what you're up to, additional services such as maybe selling something like a coaching thing on it, whatever that is, it's pretty cool. The way you want to like dive into it a little bit more is just click this, scan this QR code, and or you can email right here, okay, kelly@iuga.net, and she'll answer any questions. So we've partnered with them, but it's pretty cool. I actually have found that a lot of our users that are actually using it love it. It's just a matter of getting into it. I know it's one more thing, but you can see here you got your body systems wheel, you have premium content, you have about iTOVi. So imagine like a frisbee, you're setting this wheel to somebody and they're able to look at all of this all at once and say, okay, what is, my body systems, or what is Kelly's, what is she saying about iTOVi? What kits are getting recommended? And then you have your top products. And so it's pretty unique. You can take your entire wheel here, which is basically from a report, and then go add just that report onto other things that you can make. Looks really good on iOS and Android, and also if you're creating one, even better on a desktop. It's amazing. So anyway, check that out, scan that code. But that's what that wheel is. So, all right. Yeah, I'm going to show you, we've got 10 minutes here, 10 to 20. I'm going to screen share real quick. All right, you guys can see my screen. And this quick training, I'm going to show you just a little bit about the like a scan and the report. Okay, so this is a non-generic, like a unaffiliated company, as we call it. And this is what a report, an iTOVi scan report looks like, right? You're scanning somebody, everybody you scan, you're going to want to send them a video or an article about Tangerine now the next day. Okay, you follow up with them the next day. You're going to do the same thing with the face scan. You can see here, you can read more. There's a ton of information down there, related articles and related categories. Some of the products you might not have, but you can always scroll down and see if they exist down below each product, right? You can scroll down there. Now, the emotional report. Now, again, this, when it says 1, 2, 3, 4, that's exactly what it means. Every product, that's the product, or that's the number that you had the best response to, okay? And then the second, then the third, then the fourth. Now, the emotional report, you'll want to pay attention to the category that has the most in it, which in this case, it's 5. If you scroll down, you can see the top 5 products that best support that category. This might be different with each individual. I've seen it many times. Even though inspiration might be your top category and it might be mine, we might show a few different products up down here. It's because our bodies had better responses to those products, right? Even though they both support this category more than any other. So you want to give more attention because most likely your body would absorb these products best. And that's without being, I need to make sure I'm compliant, right? I can't say your body needs these products. Now you can see here, it looks like pretty balanced. Now, this top scroll part here, you can scroll. We're adding a click button because a lot of you guys are like, wait, I can't click it. And I do that too sometimes still. If you swipe over on the card, I'm grabbing like to the right of the emotions. You can swipe over and see the list view. This is a great way to also click on it, read what inspiration means, and go through your categories. Instead of basically instead of a wheel view, you're just getting a list view. Okay. You can look at all your list right here. What I've seen works really well is you're kind of taking a piece of paper and taking note. What are maybe the top two or three here in this emotional wheel? What should this individual most likely pay attention to? And then your body systems wheel, skin and hair. Michelle, you can see cardiovascular, get the R there. Digestive, wow, huge wheel here, right? Or what do I call these all the time? Now I've forgotten. Um, oh, it's gonna bug me. Anyway, I click there and then you come down and see those top five. But you can see the unbalance in this report is crazy. So these ones definitely want to give more attention to. Again, you can scroll through any one of these and see, okay, Copaiba, I actually, that's my number 2 product, and I'm going to be taking that anyway, probably. So again, then there's the list view. When you're sitting down with people, the top products that you're sending them, you're writing down these ones, but you're asking questions. What does this mean to you? How are these speaking to you? What do you think about this? Great. And just listen. Okay. What of these categories are reaching out to you? Before you even say that they need to pay attention most to this one, ask questions. Okay. And then once you hear them, they might say, yeah, trust is really, speaking to me. Then okay, let's tell them about this, but also let's see if any of these are in their top 7. Probiotics. I would double circle probiotics, you guys. It's in their main report, plus it's speaking out to them. Okay. So there's those questions that will help you put together a wellness lifestyle overview or a plan. Same thing with the body systems. You might have them say, actually, digestive is filling. Yeah, there you go. Well, it makes sense, young lady, because it's your number 1, right? In addition to that, let's look at this number 5. Yeah, well, this is a demo, so might not be as accurate. But yeah, that's how this works. You want to go through the reports individually with them. Some of you have multiple reports. If you click the very top, if you're paying for our premium content, you'll see more reports up here, or you might see more reports up there. If you're paying, doesn't always mean you will. And yeah, so that's, I want to go back now to home real quick. For those of you that don't see the face scan, it's because your phone is not updated. If you scroll down right here, this All About the iTOVi app is a 5-minute video you for sure should watch. If it's not in your native language, it will be on our website, okay, iTOVi.com. Resources, we have that 5-minute video in 17 different languages or something like that on our YouTube channel. So check that out. Also, lastly, product groups. Okay, this is where you guys can create product groups. Products I own and, street case. Definitely want to do that because it'll help you put together a personalized report that you can give them samples right then and there. Okay. Real quick, we're going to finish up here. And then I also am going to be sending this to everybody as well as a PDF like I did last time that will give you some best tips and tricks that is way more than I just gave you now that will help you in your business. Okay. I wanted to give away another, a couple or one more thing, but also a promotion. So if any of you are on the fence or you're looking for friends that are on the fence, this gives you an opportunity to get a referral also. So there are a couple programs here, right? Or there you go. So it's $50 up front for the scanner and the face scan. Okay, you pay $50 one time. The scanner membership here, this is our lifetime plan. It's here because it's the most popular one. You pay $630 and then you're done paying forever. It's a one-time payment. You never pay monthly. The face scan membership, if you own an iTOVi scanner, it's $19.99. I'll get into that in a second. Then the DNA kit is $280. Now you'll get $25 off of that with the promo code patterns. It's did I not write that on here? Thought I did. I don't think I did. The promo code is patterns 26. Okay, patterns 26, and I will write that on here before the recording. Or actually, let's see. Yeah, never mind. Patterns 26. Okay, shoot. That's annoying. Well, at least you heard it 1,000 times. Patterns 26. Okay. That will give you guys the discount, $150 off of this plan, which brings you down to $630. And it'll give you the first month free of the face scan. And then if you do want the monthly plan, it'll give you $10 off. So forever, you're just paying $29.99 a month instead of $39.99. And then the iTOVi Lifetime Plus, you'll get $80 off the first month, and then 11 monthly payments of $79.99. So you're paying that 11 times instead of 12. So you save $80, and then 25% off of accessories and cases. Okay. This coupon code expires August 1st. Okay, write that in the chat, somebody. You should know it. Patterns 26. So that's the coupon code that expires August 1st. Before I finish with last two screens, let's do one more giveaway here. And I think I don't think I want to do another poll, but I might. There's one in here that, let's see, stop sharing. It's like I don't even need to share it because you guys see my screen, right? So it's all right. Oh yeah, this one. So this is just for my own personal sake. So have you guys heard of Droply before? And if you have, just say yes, or yes, I love it. Or yes, never liked it. It's fine too, no hard feelings. Yeah, most people have not heard about it. Okay. I'm going to end that poll. Share results. Okay. Awesome. Yeah. Did you guys see the answers there? All right, you guys, let's do another giveaway. This one I want to do a $50 PayPal. I just want to send you $50. Okay. And then what's fun is you get to choose one other person. Doesn't have to be on this webinar. It could be somebody else. You just give me their email and you just get to say, hey, this is from me. You're not going to tell them it's from iTOVi. You're going to say something like, oh no, my yard is getting loud. You're going to say something like, hey, I wanted to give this to you and whatever you want. Don't lie to them, but whatever you want. Just don't say it's from iTOVi, please, because it is from you. You're going to choose to give it to them. You could keep it, but you're going to give us their email. All right, so here we go. $50 PayPal, two of them. So here we go. Who's going to win this? Let's go. Is it Esther or is it Christina? Oh, Esther, I'm sorry. Christina, give us your email. All right, give us your email. And if you've won already, you can't win this one. Okay, I should have removed you. So we'll just spin it again. Joseph. All right. So because I did two there, and I did that on purpose, but I just want to make sure you guys can hear me. We're going to give you each $50 PayPal. Okay, so each of you get it. And then the first person, like I said, you get to choose whoever you want. But Joseph, you just get the 50, okay? All right. With that, sorry, you guys. I hope you can hear me okay. Let's go back to this and end here. Oh, I did want to show you one thing real quick. The face scan pricing, okay? there's a lot of confusion with this, so we're just gonna finish up here in 2 seconds. So with the, oh man, they don't do my yard this early, you guys. I'm sorry. They usually don't come for like 45 minutes. All right, the most popular is the 40 remote scan, which means you can send 40 remote scans to anybody you want. Each month it is renewed, and you get to do unlimited for yourself or other people in person. Okay. If you own an iTOVi scanner, it's $19.99 a month. Okay. And if for every 3 referrals, it drops you down to $10. So iTOVi customers, you can get down to $9.99 and be sending out 40 referrals every month to re-engage your people, okay, or give them an incentive, or give it to somebody that's on auto ship. It's your choice. Or charge people $1 a month, right? Or $1 a scan, and now you're making money, $20 a month. Whatever you want to do, that is very, very feasible to do. Or if you need 300, it's only 10 more dollars, okay? And you get 300 a month. And then every 5 referrals on that program, it drops you $10, okay? The floor of those is $19.99. So get 5 referrals, you're going to drop down to $19.99 a month. Excuse me. Now, let's say you don't own an iTOVi scanner. All you got to know, it's 10 more dollars in each one of those, okay, per month. So you own one, it's $10 discount. If you don't own one, it's basically our regular pricing, and it's just 10 more dollars. Again, this one on the left, every 3 referrals drops you. So even though you don't own an iTOVi scanner, you don't have to own one, you guys. You can just get the face scan. You can start off at $39.99, getting 300 remote scans, get 5 referrals. Now you're paying $29.99. Get another 5, now you're paying $19.99. So every 5 referrals on that high volume one drops you $10. I hope this makes sense. Take a picture if you need to. You'll get a recording. Okay. Remember, if you won something, send us your emails. Just to end here, awareness changes decisions. Decisions change habits, and habits change outcomes. Okay. You can't really try to change outcomes if you're really not aware of what you're looking at and what is going on around you. So this isn't about replacing your intuition, like I said at the beginning. It's about strengthening it, okay? Strengthening you guys, okay? And I know some of you in the last webinar were interested in my, I'm going to do a 3-day course, 2 hours per day on August 3rd, 4th, and 5th, I believe. Those Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. All about using our voice in public speaking. Okay, more so when you're on stage, not necessarily Zooms, although there are some great tips and tricks. But regardless, when you're on Zooms or on stage, it's going to help you when you're sitting by somebody, when you're talking to a group of people. It will help you open your mouth and do better, become and amplify the best part of who you are. So that is 3 days, 2 hours each day. It's very engaging, and it's $500. If you're interested, just type in, I'm interested in the voice thing, okay? It's basically storytelling and how to storytell and how to link things together. It's pretty cool. Some of you on here have done it in the past. If you have, let us know what you thought about it. But anyway, really, really excited for that. It's August 3rd, 4th, and 5th. If you're interested, it's just, I can only take 30 people total. So first 30 people that come, we also are going to create a Facebook group after it, and I'm going to help you even after the first 3 days. We're going to share best practices, get to know each other, and maybe even create like a personal event around all of that down the road. So let us know if you're interested in that. Right now, I want to know, John and Michelle, what questions can we ask or can we answer for the next 10 minutes? And then if you need to hop off, great. Some of you have, but let's answer some questions here. So, John, you should be able to talk, John.
Oh, hello. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, yeah. I have actually we Michelle did a really good job answering a lot of the questions, but I do have this one question which I think would be perfect for you to answer. It's from Cheryl. She says, I purchased a face scan, but would love more info about how to present this at fairs like events. I'm not on Facebook, so I really appreciate these webinars.
Yeah. So one thing I would do is, you have a QR code in your face scan. And one of the ways that you can attract people to come to you is make it a showmanship, right? So you want to make it look cool. If you have an iPad or an Android tablet, something on a nice stand that says free face scan, you know, take a picture of this QR code or a scan QR code. That way, it's going to draw people to you to get that face scan, and then you'll have their email, their phone number, their report. It's just a great way as people are walking by to do that, right? I've done that before. It works really well. I did it in Sweden. I do it at events. You give people a free scan, okay? And you normally can say $5, cross it off, free today for you at an expo. But yeah, you draw them in with showmanship, though, okay? You need the cool stand. It's as weird as it sounds, and you need like an iPad or even if it's your cell phone, you don't have an iPad, but the QR code is there and it says free face scan. Check your vitals, something like that. That's one way, and then you follow up with them based on their report. So the day after they do that scan, you send them a video or an article about the top product or supplement that they scan for. Wait 3 days, do the second one, wait 3 days, do the third, etc. Once you exhaust all of those products and supplements, then you go into any other report that is prominent that they might want to know about. If it's the iTOVi scanner, it might be the category in the emotional wheel, top category in the body systems wheel. If it's the face scan, it might be a metric, a score, but you want to drip that into them every 3 days about their reports until you've come up to about 30 days and you're pulling them toward your products, right? And they're just educating them. And so they're getting interested because it's about them. So that's my advice to you. And then study up on, ChatGPT or these webinars, study up on what those metrics mean, okay, and how to explain them a little bit. And you'll be great. What other questions?
I've got one here from Betty. Sai, would you please recap the number sequencing within the categories inside the scan report?
Yeah. So each one of those numbers just represent, so behind the scenes of iTOVi, we actually are displaying one through, say there's 200 products in your company. Behind the scenes, we're actually displaying all 200 that your body had the best response to the least. Okay. Meaning most likely your body would absorb it well, without staying compliant or based off diet, stress, and sleep. Match is not the right word, but our bodies have frequencies in them too. And so do the products, right? And so it's hitting on about 273 different biomarkers and then saying, okay, out of all of this, here is in order what you should focus on. We actually, in the face scan, show all that you can filter and look at all of the products if you want. With the iTOVi scanner, we just hide them. So you might see like a 16 or a 25 on some of those categories. That just means literally it's number 25 of all of the products that your body had the best response to. Now, of course, you can scan for just groups. So it depends on what you're scanning for. So, and how fast that scan is relevant or respective to how many products you're scanning for. So good question. I also saw one other question. Once you hit that 30-day mark, you can't keep doing that with every client that you have, but you'll want to see where you'll get a good pulse on where they want to go. Are they purchasing one time? Great, thumbs up. Now it's a follow-up, every 3 to 7 days on how they're feeling with that product, what questions they have, what do they like. Every couple of days, you need to have a reminder a touch base with them. If it's I'm not ready yet, I don't want to buy anything, like that's great. Maybe it's once a week that you're just pushing them, some type of an event that's coming up or whatever excuse, you just write down all the excuses you need to touch base with somebody, you'll find out. But you're organic and moving on. You don't get mad about it. But day 30, if they're excited, they're taking products, then not only are you giving them more information, or not, are you checking in on with them about how they're doing or how they're using those products, but you'll want to guide them into a coaching lifestyle overview of like what else do they want besides just taking these products. Are they looking to grow their business, share it with other people? If they have the scanner, introduce the face scanner, vice versa. Just engage them, right, in some way or another, and that'll keep people interacted. We all are looking. I know this for a fact. Gosh, I want to say it happens often, even like I'm looking for excuses to use my products sometimes, right? Like I don't want them sitting there. And so one thing I decided long ago was to diffuse oils. And so that is a scan a day, and and I don't do it all the time, but there's oftentimes I'm scanning every day and seeing which oils to diffuse. And that's one way for me to use the products and get something out of them, because sometimes you forget, and you're reactive, but I think it's way more important to be reactive, right? And listen to our bodies. Um, iUga is free. If you see the iUga wheel in your reports, it is free to use. There are levels of paying, of course, like if you want to unlock certain awesome features, you can, and you can get into that. But good question. What else, Jonna and Michelle?
We don't have any more questions. However, Danny's on the chat. He wanted to mention our language Facebook groups.
Yeah.
So I just want to remind everybody, uh, support is I'm limited to English, but we do have an amazing team of super helpful mods, that help us kind of, field those questions. If you know someone or yourself, not very comfortable with speaking in English, find the iTOVi Facebook groups, put iTOVi, in the groups, and put your language, and it should show up if we have a group for it, and we have mods there that are available to help you. I do use translator as well if you write us, but I'm limited to that help. So if
Yeah.
you could get with our mods, that would also be super helpful.
So iTOVi Dutch, right? Go look for that Facebook group and follow us on Instagram. And there is the group that's called iTOVi Business Builders that is not getting any attention for the last 100 days plus. So, and I keep saying sorry, which obviously I'm not because I'm not doing anything about it. Actions speak the sorries, right? So when I think about it, I am sorry, you guys, but I need to back that up. I think these webinars is a perfect thing that we're going to cut up and start really leveraging through emails, and we might as well throw them into Business Builder Tips. So if you follow us on iTOVi Business Builders, I promise you, you will get content. We just have not, yeah. By the way, we have two things that we're really focused on right now that are coming around the corner. I can't tell you anything about them, but you just need to kind of stay tuned. And so, yeah, follow us on Instagram, check your emails. If we're in your spam, mark not spam. And if you're interested in a texting campaign via WhatsApp or even iOS or Android, let us know here in the chat too, so we can add you to our texting campaigns. It'll help you kind of understand, or I guess be more aware of what's going on quicker, because we all check texts, right? So yeah, just say yes, please, text or whatever you say there. And then again, if you're interested in the it's called 88 Keys program on August 3rd, just type in 88 Keys or speaking, interested in that, whatever that you want to do there. And then yeah, you guys, this has been awesome. I appreciate you. Share this with people. We're going to send out the recording. I think you can watch like highlights, which might be nice. And so, yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate all the love and support that you all give, and we're going to keep making these more and more productive and better. So, have a wonderful 4th of July for those of you, especially in the United States, our independence. And for everybody else, also go celebrate it with us. And appreciate you all, love you all, and thanks.